Hey guys, so I wanted to start this week off with a beautiful stock pick. This to me is one of those rare finds that you find every decade or so. So it's a real gem that really no one knows about. I've been, really interested in junior miners now, dating back about 15 years, and with sort of a specialty in gold. And there have been periods where I've been really up on gold and down on gold, but I think that we're entering into an environment where gold is really going to enter into a massive boom like we haven't seen in quite some time. And Gold Terra, the pick I'm just about to get into, um, is going to be one of those stocks that I truly believe is going to be one of the biggest stories in Canada that no one knows about right now. So that's what makes it such a gem. So my criteria for picking stocks are looking at management, property, price, and the macroeconomic factors. Now, what really attracted me to Gold Terra to begin with was the management. And I think that management accounts for more than everything in terms of picking a stock. But if you guys know anything about Canadian gold companies, you probably have heard of Gerald Panneton, who is heading the project here at Gold Terra. He's an absolute rock star in the junior miner space. He founded and headed up Detour Gold, I believe starting around 2003. And he took that company from a valuation, I believe, of under 100 million, and sold it to Kirkland Lake for about 5 billion a couple of years ago. So that's a pretty big deal. And the stock shot up from about $3 to $40 per share. So he has a track record. He worked at Barrick for a long time, brought a bunch of mines in production, and his reputation is phenomenal. What's even better is that he brought a lot of that team over from Detour to Gold Terra. And he bought into Gold Terra. He's been buying in on open market. So he's very much a protectionist against shareholder dilution and protecting average shareholders against warrants and a bunch of cheap stock options for management and all that overhang that goes with it. So they don't have any warrant overhang in this company, so that's fantastic. And yeah, phenomenal management that's been buying in the open market. I always say that if you could find insiders who are buying their own stock on the open market, that's one of the best indicators for any stock. If you see people selling or they're just not investing in their own company, they probably don't believe in it, you know? So they don't have anything at stake. Gerald owns almost 4% of the company, I believe. And he stated recently in an interview that he intends on buying more. And management just keeps buying more, across the board when they're not locked out. They have been locked out recently because of a major announcement, which I'm about to get into, which the market didn't really take any value into it, but it's a pretty big deal. So I'm about to get into that with you right now. So management is absolutely phenomenal. They've been buying the stock themselves. They have a lot at stake. We're at a market cap of about 46 million with a low of 16, a high of 38. Recently, not only have management been buying in, but recently, Newmont, one of the world's biggest gold producers, also seems to think that there seems to be something at Gold Terra. And they made a 1.5 million strategic investment and bought about 7 million shares at a price of 21 cents, which is only about 3 cents less than what you could buy in now. So, and I should mention that management, their prices they bought in at are actually above what the price is trading at now as well. So Newmont gave complete control over the Campbell Shear Con mine to Gold Terra, and instead they decided to buy into the company because they believe in it. However, if Gold Terra should fight 5 million ounces or more, then Newmont has the option to buy back in with 51% share of the company. So that's pretty rare that you find a company like Newmont buying into a junior exploration company like Gold Terra. Now, in terms of valuation here, if you take a look, Gold Terra already has 1.2 million ounces of decent grade on a different mine, which they're not being valued for at all. Gerald has said that he believes they could produce at least 2 million ounces on the Campbell Shear, 10 grams a ton, which basically they have zero valuation for, even worse than that, like minus valuation, I would say. But if that were the case, the stock would just absolutely skyrocket. And Gerald seems to be very confident that that's the case. And what sort of made me more confident about the case is that the first hole that they drilled, they actually got 11.2 grams per ton over 4.57 meters. So that's the first hole that they drilled there, which is phenomenal. And I find it very hard to believe they've drilled about 13 holes now. I think they've only released 2 or 3 of them. So they have a bunch more coming out. So unless they just got really lucky on the first one, you know, they should have some amazing, tremendous holes coming out pretty soon. Labs have been delayed a little bit, but we should be getting news on that pretty soon, I would believe. So really, at a market cap of only 46 million, with the management in place, with the investors that have lined up to invest in this company being some of the best investors in the world. You have Newmont, you have Gerald Panton and gang investing in the company themselves. With an amazing find, with already 1.2 million ounces in the bank, this stock is extremely undervalued. And if we take a look at the property, I mean, the potential for blue sky in this property, this is a massive property. The potential for blue sky is enormous. So Gerald has alluded to potentially finding 5 million ounces or more. And I do find it a little bit, you know, a little bit curious that Newmont has the buyback in for 5 million ounces or more, you know, for 51% of the company. But if that were the case, I mean, if you look at what Gerald has done in the past, and if you look at the macroeconomic factors at play here and where gold might be heading, which are far better than, you know, where gold was when Gerald was with Detour and Detour was rising and they were finding all those ounces and the stock shot up from $3 to $40. You can maybe find this stock, you know, the same type of deal. Historically speaking, the Campbell Shear produced 60 million ounces. They only shut the mine down in 2003 because it wasn't producing enough. It wasn't producing enough in terms of the price of gold at the time, but the price of gold at the time was only $200. Now it's at $1,800. So this is a massively profitable company with infrastructure in town, right next to town. It's only, I believe, about half an hour away from being in town in Yukon. So the price of production would be next to nothing compared to the price of gold. And I personally believe the price of gold is going to be going to 3,000 plus in the next couple of years. So can I see the stock going up 10x? Yes, absolutely. Could I see it going up 20x? I think it is perfectly reasonable to think that that is a possibility. So I've been investing heavily at this price. I think the stock is super cheap at 24.5 cents. The stock is unknown, but it's still liquid enough. I mean, if you see some days here is trading in the hundreds of thousands, really just depends on the day. But I really think that this is going to be the biggest story in Canada. Gerald Panton is an absolute genius, and his team at Gold Terra are phenomenal. So I have full belief in these guys that they have the potential to find something massive here, and that we're sitting on a lottery mine. So on a lottery ticket. So I think that this is a great opportunity for you guys to research the company, take a look at it, and let me know what you guys think. anyways, that's my pick for today, and I will be sharing another one with you guys soon. Thanks, guys. Have a great day.